only going to get tougher from there. He understands the situation he's in. He understands what's ahead of him in this one.
13 yards on the play. That's good for a Falcon.
They'll look to throw now on first down. This ball down the field for Pitts. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
Incomplete. He was covered by N1 midfield.
They'll set up to throw. That one deep for London. And the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Drake London, 50. Their quarterback leading this offense back out on the last drive. Drake London was the recipient of his touchdown pass. And here we go with a 1st and 10 on this drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 in the first. Looking to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Now a 2nd and 10.
Tyke Smith on the coverage.
Back to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Been a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
Now back to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
For Kyle Pitts. Incomplete. Jacob Parrish.
So all eyes on the Falcons. Down 10-7, 43 seconds to go. Their sold-out crowd is behind them. They need at least a field goal to tie as they've got it 1st and 10. Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. A little less than 40 seconds remaining. Here comes 2nd and 10. Sliding out of the pocket. And they'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, this offense still has the run time out here, remember. 1st and 10. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. He's back to throw. Flushed out right. He'll fire deep, looking for more. And he's across for a touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. The Falcons are moving on. Congratulations to them. Thanks for watching, and so long, everyone.
Falcons for their first possession. And it'll be their second-year quarterback who's bringing them out.
You know, this is one of those moments where you can just throw that undefeated record in pursuit of perfection right out the window. It really doesn't matter if they were 17-0 or 9-8 in the regular season. All that matters to him right now, right here, is playing for a spot in the Super Bowl. It's his job to get him there.
It's a 24-yard catch, and it gives them the first down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Escapes the pocket. Cut down the field. It's Pitts. Takes it at one stop. And they're going to have first and goal as he gets this down to the 4. All right, timeout taken by the offense. 5 seconds left, and they can take some... The Falcons and their quarterback ready to take over once again. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. To throw it on first down. He fires one deep down the middle. He's got it inside the 10. Touchdown Atlanta. The Falcons take the lead right away. Falcons headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. They find themselves down here in the 4th after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. Back to throw. Chased out to his right. They connect on the deep shot. And they make the stop to say about the 37-yard line. Now with just 7 seconds left in the game, we've got a timeout.
Just about every offense since the beginning of time, since the forward pass, Kate, has loved a tight end that can stretch the middle of the field. Now, I remember as a kid watching Kellen Winslow Sr. dice up right here between the hashes. And what a difference it can make for an offense.
Deflected! Oh, they couldn't bring it off the tip drill, though. They had the chance they wanted, Brock, but no, that's how this one's gonna end.
Set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flush to his right. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. this drive here, beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Falcons! Kyle Pitts, 70 yards, and the Falcons.
Deep to open the game. Well, they took their shot immediately. Would have been cool if they connected, but no luck. Second down. They'll throw it. Forced out to his right. On the move, looking deep down the middle. It is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons take a 6-0 lead right away. Falcons and their quarterback ready to take over once again. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their second possession.
And Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing.
That one's caught at the 10-yard line. It's a huge pickup on the play, and that gives them first and goal. From the red zone now. And they will score. It's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons will add to their lead at the end of the half. Falcons ready for their next series. Let out on offense by their quarterback. They can trot out every offense's favorite formation now, Brock, and kneel out this win. Defense, no timeouts left to stop them. Pass it here. Rolling out to his left. Now he fires it deep down the near sideline. He's got it deep downfield. The outcome's decided here. Bucks will get a timeout with 2 seconds on the clock, so they can think it over before their final play. Brock with the miss. He sent him to throw it. Rise time, rolling right. He sends this one to the end zone. He's got it. It's in close. Make it to him before he can reach the end zone, Brock. No touchdown on our final play. This game is over. To the Falcons to...
say there's no substitute for experience, but it is totally true. Taking the reins of an NFL team is a young quarterback. You want the game to slow down, and the only way it slows down is to get more and more of these opportunities to go lead your team game in and game out.
Big game downfield. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. He's going to throw this one. Finds him over the middle. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons take a 6-0 lead right away. Falcons and their quarterback ready to take over once again. And they take the field exactly where they want it to be, Brock. Up a touchdown early and with the home crowd a little quieter than normal.
I'm not going to lie to you, Kate. I think most quarterbacks, competitors love playing on the road when they do just this. Just quiet down.
And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Trying again, following the sack. Completes it, Bijan Robinson. Still going inside the 35. All the way, that's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons push their lead further to start the half. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. Falcons are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. Their lead's still more than a field goal, thankfully, should the worst happen, Brock. But obviously the goal here is to hang on to the ball and try to run this game out.
Yeah, the goal is to get to the best formation in the history of offensive football. The victory formation. That is all that you're thinking right now is just make these plays, run out this clock so we can take one more knee and celebrate.
Here he is to throw. And it's incomplete, but hey, who cares? They've got the lead, and we are out of time in this one. So the Falcons will fly home with a win on their...
Stadium that hosted So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They certainly thought they had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Looking deep here for Mooney. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Falcons. Darnell Mooney, his 3rd touchdown now. for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. Eluding the pressure right. Looking deep here for Mooney. Touchdown, Falcons! Darnell Mooney. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Falcons come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now defensively they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. That one looks like he'll throw here. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown Atlanta. A great play there. Atlanta regains possession of the football. Just all around a solid performance, and now they've got the 3-score lead here, Charles. So the final seconds of the 4th quarter.
Yeah, in this one, they've been in control, haven't they? They've earned this victory. No question who the better team was out there in this game. And frankly, the score could have been a lot worse than it was. Give them a lot of credit for how they played in this one.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. And that final kickoff concludes the ball game, partner. And one side, a really nice win in this one. They were good on offense and on defense.
And I'm guessing in the other locker room, partner, the head coach is just telling
a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And he's been playing at an elite level here in this early half of the season. Tops in the league in touchdown passes at this point. This is definitely a wide-open offense, so we'll see if he can keep a string of good games going right here.
Dancing to his left. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Buying time to his left. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And that's going to be incomplete. The Falcons hit 3-0 here in the month of September. And they're coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Touchdown, Falcons! Kyle Pitts, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons. For the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield.
We're getting into enemy territory just across midfield at the 40-yard line. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Escaping the pressure right. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. Well, they had one final chance here on the kick return, but no chance on the...
Really solid all-around performance last week, Mike. And I think the biggest factor that led to the win is his ability to continue to protect the football. He executed the offense, ran it exactly how they designed all week in practice. Now, it might not have been earth-shattering performance statistically. They got the win. If he can continue to play that style of ball, it's going to be a tough group to match up.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. He'll tuck it and take off. And he's going to take this all the way to the house. 70 yards. Touchdown, Atlanta. Falcons offense can see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. Here to begin the drop. Trying to get away. They can't break free. And that is going to be a safety. Falcons offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. This defense has got to be at its wits' end trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays. Moving to his right. A lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. He'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. He's going to take a shot here for Mooney. He's to the 15. And he's going to take this one all the way. 80 yards. Touchdown, Atlanta. Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. And this one really all over but the shouting. One timeout left defensively, but there's no need to use it here. They'll drop to throw. He's got this to Bijan Robinson. And will be brought down there. And that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this fourth quarter.
At the 40-yard line.
Here we go. One final play. His fullback releasing. And he's going to bring it in. And he'll be brought down there. And that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this fourth quarter.